grab a crayon, yes, a crayon, because we're about to make magic happen with stamps, stencils, and a seriously cool resist crayon technique. Hi everyone, it's Kathy here, and I'm playing along with this month's Stamp and Stencil Savvy, where we are using crayons and the crayon resist technique. Now, I must admit, I am not the best at it, so I am going to give it a go and we'll see how it turns out. So I've got these Christmas ornament stamps which I'm going to utilize today, and I'm using my stamping platform because I really want it to be a solid before I even start working with it. So I'm just going over each one a couple of times to make sure that they're stamped through nice and solidly, and that's going to allow me to work with it a little bit more easily on each one. Now I will cut these out, and these will become my embellishments for my clusters, but I'm also going to stamp on my background as well. So you can see my Tim Holtz stamp platform here is very well loved. It's very well loved, and I also have broken magnets, and they've always been broken from the time I got it. The first time I opened up the package and then put them onto the board, they snapped in half, which I don't understand why. I don't have no reason why, but I still use them. So if someone can explain or show me where I can buy new Tim Holtz magnets from, I'd be very appreciative, because they do at times cause issues and I would like to get a new set. Alright, so I've done the stamping on to my pieces that I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to put some stamping into 3 places, which will become points of reference for my clusters as the layout progresses. Now I am only doing it first generation on these just once, and that's because I'm not using the platform. And then I'm adding in a few splatters here that look like a little sparkle or stardust, and they just to add more interest. So as it is called Stamp and Stencil Savvy, I am now using my stencil, and I'm going to use the crayon like I am going to use for the stamps, but I'm using it through the stencil to create a resist as well. Now you need a white wax crayon. I'm using a white wax crayon. I tried with oil pastel, but they smudge, so I really strongly suggest a wax crayon for your best result. So I'm just outlining the pieces that I don't want the color to sit on in my stamping and my stencil, as you can see here. Now I do admit the stencil is a little bit tricky, and that's just something I wanted to try. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not work. Then I'm just going to color in and outline the pieces that I don't want the color to come onto when I add color, and you'll see how I do that in a moment. Now this is a little bit tricky, and I do suggest you do it nice and firmly, so that there is a clear passage of the white on your piece of cardstock prior to adding the color. Now when I first added the color, I was a little bit unhappy, because obviously I don't know, the crayon and the color just like to blend, but then I work out how I'm going to get that to work better for you, and you'll see that as we move on. So I'm using some green here, which is the, let me guess what it is, I have no idea. It is the pine needles. There you go, and you can see it's come on quite dark around it. So what I've done is I've gone and gotten a cloth, and I've wet the corner lightly, I've damped the corner, and I'm just rubbing over where the crayon is to remove that color, and you can just see how that's now come out, and you can see the resist there, and that's the technique. So you just ink over it with your, well, I'm using distress oxides, and then look at that, isn't that gorgeous? It's just popping right off there, and it's making that white really stand out against that color, and it looks so good, and I like how that has come on here. Now I'm going to add in some of this mahogany color, and this is going to add in the red for my layout that I need, because it is a Christmassy layout, and what better than having a little bit of a red tinge on your page as well. So this one is the aged mahogany, as I said, and the white is coming across quite clearly under the red here. So I will go off screen and cut those out. Sorry, mental block there, really bad today. And then I am going to do another technique here, and I'm going to smooch with water and the distress ink and my smooching tool over the stamps here and over the oil in over the crayon resist through the stencil, as you saw there. Can you see the bows coming through around that smooching there? Look at that. It really does stop it from going onto the paper, and it creates that effect on the layout. So that was a little experiment that I liked, and I thought it's come up well. I'm just going to rub over the white that I know is there with the cloth to really define it, and there you go. You can see that resisting of the color to the page where the crayon has sat. So I've used a solid stamp to do mine. Other people, I'm sure, are going to use more detailed and opened stamps, and that will really show you that resisting a lot more. So I can't wait to go and watch what everybody else is creating this month. It is a bit of a different technique, but it does look fantastic. Now, as this is Stamp and Stencil, I'm also adding in these striped circles in, and that's to give it a bit of a Christmassy feel, like lights in the background, building in some more of these bows with the green just to define it a little bit more. And so I'm using my stencils again. So I think I've met my stamp and stencil criteria for this month, and I really do like how these clusters are forming, and I'm creating the base myself, which is not something I do very often. I'm just going to ink up the edge with the green and just define it, because you all know I love having my edges defined and not being flat on there. So that's the base created with my stamp resisting and also my stenciling. I am now going to start adding all the details to the layout, and you can see over to the left where I've cut out those stamped images. Now, I am borrowing this technique from, I can't remember if it's MK or Janet Fritz Galaxy Girl, where they don't carry coloured cardstock, and they just colour their white cardstock to the colours of the layout. And look at that, I've done that, and it looks so cool. It will blend beautifully into the layout, and it's not going to be harsh that a solid cardstock would produce, and that's a nice effect that I wanted on this Christmassy layout here. So I'm just putting in my notebook punch along the edge of this little extra strip of paper that I have. It has holly leaves and berries on it, and I just want that in behind my photo to add some layering and some interest to the layout. So this photo is of myself last Christmas when I was in the city. We were under a display with the tree and the big bell. It just looked so cute, and I thought that these would add that little bit of Christmas touch to this layout. So I have put those stamped images there, as you saw, and I'm going to pop them up on foam tape. Now this video is a bit longer than normal, and that's because people have been asking, they want to see the full process, so I am trying to include the whole process for you, including the putting of the embellishments to the layout. So if you're not needing to see this, more than happy for you to zoom ahead. However, you might just miss something if you go too far and then have to come back. So probably just stick around and watch if you like, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you're liking it, and if you're on a digital device, give me a hype right now. It really will push out my content, and I really need that at the moment. I seem to be dropping off, and maybe I'm not hitting the mark. Let me know in the comment. Am I becoming too predictable with my layouts or my content, or do you want something new? Just let me know so I can keep you coming back and focused on my channel. So I'm just putting in a few more of these stencil dots, and I'm going to add in a few little white ones now, and that's just going to add a little bit of more interest to these clusters. And I love that it feels like it's part of the Christmas tree background. Now, of course, you can't have ornaments just sitting there without a little bit of trim. And so I'm using my bow wall that my husband created many years ago for me when I saw it on a video, and I just asked him could he create me one. So he went and got pieces of dowel and some wood, and he created my bow wall. And it is so easy to just tie a perfect bow every single time, and you can just see they sit flat when you do it this way. And I just love working with the bows off this bow wall and just tying them all in nicely. They all come out with the even space of the bow, and they all sit flat against the page, and it's just a great tool and very, very handy. So I have my white twine used there. I'm now going to adhere those bows into place, and they will add that little bit of extra decorative touch to the ornaments. And of course I'm strategically gluing them because they all fall naturally onto the layout and stay in place. Not, but I am giving them a little bit of assist here with some glue. So just playing with the strings so that they look like they're falling naturally, and adding that little bit of extra decorative touch to each of the ornaments. And I love how it's that texture, that lumpy bumpy feel, and that can't be beaten. You need that when you're using paper. Paper is the way to go when we're scrapbooking, and I know lots of digital people like digitaling because of space and economy and so forth, but you can't beat that tactile touching of paper and embellishments. It's just a feel. It's just like you're actually reliving by touching. So it's a paper junky thing, I know. But anyway, I'm putting in those thicker letters there to create the title, and I have 2 branding strips that I've trimmed down for the comments. This one says Christmas, a season of gladness and of cheer. And then this one down here that says happiness starts here. And that's so true. Like, Christmas is my happy season and I love it. So to finish off, I'm going to add in a messy border here just to frame the photo, frame the whole page. And that's really easily done by dragging it down. I'm going to go around the outside of each of those phrases, and that's just going to make them pop up off that background. And I'm just adding a little bit of doodling here just for a little bit more interest. I will add in the date down the bottom, and it was 2024. As I said, it was last year's Christmas. And there's my layout. So I will finish it off with a little bit of sparkle, because it can't be Christmas without some sparkle. I'm going to add some stickles onto the smaller red dots there, and that's just going to add a little bit of shine. And we like a little bit of shine and sparkle on our Christmas layouts. I'm also going to go to the inner circle of each of the phrases and add the sparkle so that that will glitter and shine whenever you move and reflect the layout there. Just a little bit, not too much, and then that is it completed. I do love how the clusters worked here, and I do like that stamp crayon resisting. Go and give it a go. You'll be surprised. If the more stamps you have, the more open the stamps, the more detailed it will be. But really, I do suggest it's a not an oil pastel, but just a crayon, a wax crayon. It's really important. That allows for that resist to work really well. I've added in some Nuvo drops there into the 3 corners to set up the visual triangle, and I really do like it. So you can see how this all came together nice and easy. You can see that crayon resisting happening there in those baubles just there, and then you can see the stencil one with the bow just a bit light there. I like the whites happening around these things, and look at the bow there through the green in the smooching. And to finish off, because I'm just looking at it again, and you know me, I've got to add that little bit more. I'm going to add some gold sparkle with my squeezed lemonade spritz, and that will add those little bit of a gold splatter just to give it that little bit more of a Christmas feel. And I'm happy. That's my layout for today. So as I said, there is a full playlist of all the very talented people who are playing along with this Stamp and Stencil Savvy hop this month. It is a fun technique. Give it a go yourself. I'd love for you to hop over to my Facebook page and share what you do. Please check out the other girls. Give them some love. Give us all a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that you want to see more of our content. And look, you can see that resists really, really well when you get up nice and close here. So thanks again, everybody. That's a wrap for this month, and I'll catch you in the next video real soon. Stay creative, friends.